There it is.
It's recording.
Yep. Hey YouTube, how y'all doing out there?
Hello.
Yeah, so in this video, I had to bring on a special guest. Uh, this is my fiance and future wife, Demetria. So hello, babe.
Or D.
Or
Hi.
D, if y'all wanted to shorten it up, D. So this is a topic that we were actually arguing about for a little bit. It just came out. It just happened, I think, over last weekend. And this is pretty much about Kendrick Lamar pulling a girl up on stage, and she says the N word while reciting one of the songs off of one of my favorite albums, Good Kid, Mad City. So, well, we both have, we both kind of, I think we both have somewhat of a similar opinion, but I think we're at somewhat of an odds, somewhat of somewhat of differences. So,
Definitely.
so babe, now who you want to give your opinion first? Or you want me to get mine first
Well,
about
first I want
that?
to say to double toast it. I love you guys, and I want to
Double
be a guest
toast
on
it.
your show
Yes.
as
Double toast
soon.
it. Yes, we watch the show a lot.
Corey, the older guy,
Martin.
Martin,
He called the older guy.
Danielle, Corey's wife, awesome,
Yeah, you guys are amazing.
beautiful accent, and I miss my white boy Patrick. I really liked
Yeah,
him.
Patrick was amazing.
I would like to see him
Patrick
again,
was really good. I love Patrick.
but about the young lady going on stage saying the N word. So, in my opinion, I don't think she's to blame at all. He thinks that she's to blame because she should have knew better. I'll let him give him his opinion in a second. But I say she's not to blame. I say Kendrick Lamar should be confronted, or if you guys are going to lash out at anybody, it definitely should be Kendrick Lamar because it's his song, it's his lyrics, it was his concert, and he put her on stage and she was singing a song verbatim. So if you don't want somebody to who is not of color to say that word, either don't put it in your song or don't put her on stage to sing it with you.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100% agree on that. Yeah, I look at it like this, you know, and that song had like that song. He must have said like the N word in there 30 times. Like he was dropping an N bomb probably like every couple bars. So my where I'm conflicted is why would Kendrick Lamar pull up the whitest girl on stage? Well, I guess we found out later too that she was kind of jumping all in his face like, yeah, I want to get up on stage, and he was just, I guess she was like making herself known, like she really wanted to get up there badly, and so Kendrick Lamar was like, okay, whatever, we'll just put you up on stage, why not? I think I don't know how I feel about him pulling her up on stage. I know she was kind of all in his face and she wanted to get up there, but you're gonna have the but then again, I'm where I agree with my girl is like you're gonna pull you're gonna pull up the whitest white girl to sing a song that you wrote verbatim, where it has like the N word in it a lot, quite a bit. So I think that's where I really blame Kendrick. I blame him for writing those lyrics and not expecting to, like, you know, hit him back in the face, like that.
And I
So
think that um, first of all, I just want to say this. I know a lot of people are not going to agree with me. You can't please everybody, but the thing is, honestly, we have been dealing with the N word for centuries. Okay, um,
yeah,
people who haven't, people who have never been through slavery or who's used it, who had that word used against them to make them obey or anything like that, or who's never been tortured while that word is being used against them. Like if you've never had to experience that, what are you angry for? You're angry for our ancestors, and that's perfectly understandable. But you're taking it to the extent of you want to. hurt and kill somebody. You want to do violence to people that
Yeah,
use that
because I
word.
think they threatened this girl too.
Yeah,
Yeah, they threatened
and
her.
so it's like I understand that it still hurts that people still use it maliciously, but
I
I
don't
think
think
we're
this
taking it
is.
too far.
Yeah, I don't think this was. I'll honestly even come out and say I'm not even mad at this girl. I don't
No,
think she
I
used
don't
it for
think anybody
malicious
should be mad
intent.
at her.
I think we should be mad more at the people who do use it for malicious intent. I think I do feel like this anger towards this girl was a little misdirected. It's a little
Yeah,
misguided.
because everybody's acting like she grabbed the mic, went on stage, and was like, nigga, 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 nigga. No, she was singing the lyrics to a song.
Yeah, she was singing the
So,
songs
and
verbatim
then, in all honesty, Kendrick Lamar didn't even stop the concert until the people
until
started
people
booing.
start booing her. Yeah.
So he didn't even. He was caught up in the moment.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of looked at
Seriously.
it because I think the only reason why he even stopped the concert was because he was like, "Oh yeah, this is not going over too well, so now we got to stop it." I mean, granted, yeah, the guy apparently there was a guy up there that was before her, and he was doing the same lyrics, and he was censoring himself, and I guess a lot of people. I guess like when the girl got up, she just wasn't, she just wasn't thinking about it. I mean, this is probably an album that she has at home, um, and she probably sings this to herself while there's nobody around.
But then people
So
are threatening her with death and stuff. Like she
yeah,
said, nigger. I mean,
violence.
I know.
Yeah,
I mean, to me, yes, it's a difference saying nigga and nigger.
yeah,
Nigger. She didn't say nigger. She said nigga. So you're threatening her with violence for saying nigga and for singing a song to for singing saying the lyrics to a song that Kendrick Lamar himself wrote. Like some of us are taking it just a little bit too far. Really,
yeah.
you really are.
It's
I'm
like she,
sorry.
yeah, yeah. People are treating it like this is the Michael Richards incident. you know, like that I could see because he regardless of how he felt at the moment or whatever, Michael Richards still meant it out of malicious intent. He meant that to be offensive. Um, so I just think I think I think it's contextual. The N word is I think is based on contextualizing. It's where now where I will say that and this is where me and my fiance were kind of disagreeing a little bit was I still feel like you have to have a sense of where you are when you say it and who you're around when you're saying it
And to
because of
me, that's
this.
being
Yeah,
fake. To me, that's being fake. Because, like you said, she thought she was, she says it when she's alone. She says it in her car. She's singing a song or whatever. She's singing a song. She's saying it and things like that. So she was comfortable. And the reason why I say she was comfortable is because she didn't even know. She didn't even realize what she was doing until Kendrick Lamar brought it to her attention. So that means she was comfortable with saying it, not comfortable with saying it like, oh, in a bad way, but comfortable as far as singing a song. So that's why I disagree. Like, I feel like if she would have censored herself, she would have been being fake. But she was being real because she like Kendrick Lamar. She loved the song. She knew the lyrics. So like what was the guy's name that was a guest on Double Toasted?
Oz, yeah,
Oz.
Oz.
Like I said, you know, she knew the lyrics. She know that song. She's got that song at home. She's probably singing in her car. She's singing in the shower. She whatever. She knew. She knew. So
Yeah,
by her censoring it, she would have knew that she was being fake, or she had to be like, as people would say, don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Like, let's take down the American flag because we don't want to hurt people's feelings. Let's take prayer out of school because we don't want to hurt people's feelings or offend people. Like, we gotta stop it with this sensitive stuff. Like, I mean, I understand that the N word is sensitive, but it's like
yeah,
nigger is sensitive, nigga is not. We need to separate the two. We can't be sensitive about both. We can't be sensitive about all. Like, we can't have it all, y'all. We can push for it, we can try for it, but we can't have it all. But the thing that makes me mad too about black people is that we'll come together when white cops are shooting up black men and black women. When cops are being too rough, we'll come together. We'll come together when somebody uses the N word. we'll come together with for all this negative stuff. But when are we gonna come together and do something positive? Like, when are we gonna come together as
Yeah,
a
I agree.
people to build businesses and to build each other up and come together to when something does happen, we can come together and march together. Stop shopping at certain stores and stop spending our money here, and march and really march and don't like they did back in the day. Like, for instance, when Rosa Parks got kicked off the bus because she had to give up her seat, the black people came together and they marched, and they didn't take the bus. They walked everywhere they had to go, and it was to the point where white bus drivers was following black people like, "Hey, get on a bus," because they knew it was hurting their pockets. So when are we gonna come together and do something positive? Y'all want to come together with all negativity. Let's come together for something positive, because now we're just looking dumb.
Yeah, I mean, oh yeah, I agree 100% with everything you said. I just phone just charged. Yeah, my phone's on full charge. So yeah,
Yeah,
like
he's serious about his phone because
yeah,
we're doing something. He's focused on his phone.
yeah,
That's
it's
serious.
just
But go
yeah.
ahead.
So I'm sorry, I want to overcharge it. I want to overcharge my phone. But like yeah, I just that's the only thing that I'm not gonna say like I'm upset with what she said or I think I'm just really baffled. I mean, like I this is where I'm baffled at because it's like um like I know white people who are like super uncomfortable with saying that word. There's like I've just known people. I just know white people who are really extremely like not comfortable with saying that at all. Um, and because they just know like if you cross that, they just know seeing with the Bill Maher incident where Bill Maher said it and he had to go on stage and apologize for that because he got a lot of negative backlash. He made the house nigga joke, and uh,
Oh
again,
yeah, I remember that.
you got that was recent too. That was like last year when that happened. You just got all these white people who are making fun of black people on social media, and they're like losing their jobs the next day. So like, I just don't like. That's the thing that threw me off when she did that. I was like, I don't understand. Like, you're in a stadium full of black people, and I just feel like, and babe, I know you're saying like not to be you shouldn't be fake or whatever, but I just think like for the sake of just like saving yourself all the headache and everything, just don't even say it. I was like,
Right,
just don't
but
even
she was
like,
caught up in a moment. Like, that's
yeah,
another thing. That's
I
another thing
understand
that
that
people were
too.
saying.
Yeah,
On Double Toasted when Oz and Corey. I think Oz and Corey both said it, but his wife. Uh, I agree with what his wife said. So when you're caught up in a moment, you're not
yeah,
thinking.
you're not thinking of
So like
anything. Yeah,
it,
you just doing whatever comes to mind. You just do
like
it.
the example that I gave was like, if because I don't know, I'm a Tim McGraw fan. I love Tim McGraw. Sorry, so I'm gonna use Tim McGraw as an example. So like, if he made a lyric to a song saying cracker and honky and um I don't know, whatever offensive words that they use for white people.
Yeah,
And then I get on stage and then I'm singing a song. I'm not gonna be aware of my surroundings. I'm on stage. I'm focused on Tim McGraw. I'm like, oh my god, I'm up here. I love him. I'm not
yeah,
gonna be aware of my surroundings. I'm trying to impress him with knowing the lyrics to his song. I'm trying to let him know that I'm his number one fan. Like, we all are probably
yeah,
everybody who likes him. But yeah, so I'm just singing a song to let him see that's all she was doing. And that's why I said it's a thin line between the word nigger and nigga.
yeah. And I
So
think and you're right about that. And I think and again, and like I said before, I think it's all based on context.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you did
there
say
was
that. Yeah, I agree.
there was an incident a few. This wasn't even that long ago. This was back in 2014 or 15, where there's this group of white girls. They lined up and they're wearing
Yeah, those
the nigga
t-shirts.
shirts. and they
And
had
that was an ER
yeah, it
on
was
it.
that was the ER. That was the nigger, and they had the I censored out. And it's like, come on, we know what you're we understand what you're spelling. You don't have to censor a letter in the word. We know what you're doing. It's stuff like that. Like it depends on context. And for instance, like those girls just did it to be funny, and they basically figured like, well, we're not around any black people, so let's do it. It's just like
And I don't know. I just feel
it's
like we give too much power to the word. So just think about
yeah,
it.
yeah, we do.
If somebody is bothering you, if something is bothering you so much and people keep doing it, you walk away from them. So that's what I think that we should start doing. At least
Yeah,
try to do it. I think that we should, when racist people use that word, I think we should try to let it roll off our shoulders and walk away, because people are only going to do what bothers you the most. So if they know, if racist, I'm not talking about like white, all white people. I'm sorry. That's why I keep saying racist white people. Or I shouldn't even say racist white people. If racist
yeah, and
people,
I do not want white viewers on this to get offended by this
no,
discussion
please
at
don't,
all.
because I'm
Please
not
do
nowhere
not.
near racist.
Yeah, we're
As a
not.
matter of fact, I will
We're
pull my daughter into the room and she'll tell you that I'm white. I have my white friends that tell you that
yeah. I
they
have a lot
call
of
me
people
white,
tell me that
definitely.
I talk white all the time.
Yeah,
Don't
so no, I'm not nowhere
yeah,
near racist. I promise you.
don't take
And
this
I'm
the
not
wrong
gonna be on
way.
a computer talking about. I'm not gonna be on a show talking about I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white friends. No, I don't. I have like I
Yeah,
can't even count them. But anyway, no, and I definitely don't want nobody. I'm just talking about the racist people out there.
yeah,
So if we could just walk away every time they try to use that word, and stop giving it so much power, and stop showing them that it causes so much pain, then they'll stop using it.
exactly. And I want and babe, I'm glad you brought that up because I'm gonna actually bring up a opposite an opposite point, not a point that opposes yours, but just an opposite point. But and I also want. But yeah, and I just want to, I just want people to be aware. Like I always get a lot of people. I just want people to be socially aware. Like like I'm not saying like all white people are racist or anything, but it's just like
Just like
it.
all black people ain't.
Yeah, exactly. Like all black people, we have racist black people too. We have racist white people. We have white people who aren't racist, etc. But my thing is like I want people to start being more socially aware of the fact that there is still racism out there.
Please open up your eyes.
Yeah, seriously. I've been into so many arguments with people that I've had people literally tell me on YouTube that I'm just pulling the race card, and it's like it's yeah. This was the argument I had with somebody with the teacher that was assaulted by the police officer in Arizona. Um, and I was just telling him, I was like, but you have to be socially aware too. You can't just act like there's no racism out there at all. You can't act like there are certain police officers out there that I don't know. We're kind of getting a little off tangent a little bit, but I'm just saying, like, I just want you to be socially aware of this. Like, there are cops out there that look at some black people and go like, okay, well, they've read the stats and they've been told that we make up the crime rate, we make up the majority of the crime rate, and they don't, and they have that embedded in their mind when they go out there, or there are people out there that look at people of color as like a still look as a menace to society to this day.
Because that's what the
So
media, that's how the media portrays
portrays
us.
us
And
exactly.
that's what I was thinking about when they had this experiment. I seen this experiment on Facebook. And I seen this entitled white girl, and she was like really upset. But you can't blame the people who are entitled and the people who think, well, the people that think they're entitled, and the people that think that everything should go their way and things like that, because they
Yeah,
were taught that.
exactly. This was
If you're
taught.
taught that, and
Yeah,
you're
this is learned
and it
behavior. Yeah,
yeah, it's learned behavior, and it's like learned behavior from birth until adulthood. So you can't really be mad at them. You want to help them. I honestly I feel sorry for them, because you want to help them so bad. You want to show them that there's another way, a different way. But I mean, you can't help the world. You can only just tell them. Once an adult is always an adult, and there's nothing you can do to change an adult's mind. You can just pray for them and hope that they find a better way. So that's the only thing we can do. We just pray and hope that things get better. But at the same time, um, like I said, if you all just want to only, if we all just want to come together when something negative happens or whatever, I mean, what good are we really doing? Like sitting behind a computer talking about it, sitting on Facebook talking about it,
Exactly.
putting up pictures and um the news footage and everything else. We're not doing anything. We're not making a difference. And yes, that goes for me too.
Yeah,
I'm
us
not making a
too.
difference
Yeah,
either. Here I am. What
that's
am I
for
doing
us.
about
Yeah,
it?
we're
So
sitting behind a
let's
camera talking on a computer.
that's why I said let's take it one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Like stop giving it so much power and just walk away. I know it's hard. I know because we're taught to do we're taught differently, but if we can just change our minds to focus on the positive and not the negative. Yes, there was slavery. Yes, our ancestors suffered. Yes, we're suffering today. Honestly, we are. There's a lot of us suffering today. I mean, look around. I mean, you have white people suffering and black people, except for ours is more publicized than white people. So it's
Yeah,
like we're all
exactly.
suffering. We're suffering as a people, just in different ways. So we all need to come together, like black people and white people. We need to come together. We need to come together for positive and not negative. We need to, for those of us who aren't racist, let's come together and help those who are racist. I don't know. Let's just do something other than sit and say, "Oh my God, that is so wrong. What are we gonna do?" And then start threatening violence and stuff like that. Come on, y'all. It's time for us to grow up and grow out of this. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. But I don't think that the white girl should be attacked. I don't think
No,
people
I don't
should
think
get
she
mad
should
at
be attacked
her.
at all.
I think what I do think is that you know if y'all gonna confront anybody or tear anybody down, I think it should be Kendrick Lamar, and I stand by that. Because
Yeah.
it's his lyrics. It's his concert. He pulled her up there. He, it was his rules. Point blank in the discussion. That's just like, you catch your man cheating, you go after the girl. You catch your girl cheating, you go after the man. No, you go after the one whose fault it is. Your girl and your man. Don't go after the other person. That's how I feel. But
Yeah, I'd say the only. Yeah, I agree. I think being angry at this girl. I think all the death threats and everything. I think that's highly unnecessary.
yeah,
I don't agree with that. I do think Kendrick Lamar is like probably the biggest person to blame here. I think the only thing I would say again, only thing I would say with this girl is to just pull her off and to the side and be like, just ask her like, were you? I mean, like, were you aware like of where you were at when were you saying this, or like I've said this too about the N word. I've said it. I know I use it every now and then, but the thing is like
we're part of the
when
problem.
yeah, because I am. But
But go ahead.
like
Sorry.
I think, but the thing is though is I think with this girl, I always said this: if you use the N word, if you drop that word, expect the consequences. Like if you drop that, like like this girl was saying it repeatedly on a song in front of like tens of thousands of black people, and they all booed her off stage. I mean, I just look at it like when, and even Oz said this on there too, babes, and I agree with him on this also. He said when and I've said this all the time, if you say that word around a bunch of black people, expect the consequences.
Okay, well then we can say expect the consequences of anything and everything we do. Then it ain't just that word. We all,
Oh yeah, I mean I agree with that
just
too.
just like it says, he who is without sin cast the first stone. So you can't pass judgment on anybody using the N word, just like you can't pass judgment on any other learned behavior that we all do. She ain't the only. She's not the only one. We all do it. We
Yeah, I
all
mean
bit the
yeah,
forbidden apple on a tree. It wasn't
yeah,
just Eve. So that's just how I feel. But we're getting into 23 minutes. It's getting kind of long.
yeah. It's getting
But
kind of
again,
long video.
double toasted. I love you guys.
Yeah, we love you guys,
I promise
DT.
you. I promise you. I
We're
want
gonna
to be on your show.
and
And
we're
if
gonna
you
buy
want
your
me to wear,
merch.
yeah, if
So
you want
we're
me to
gonna buy
wear
your
some of your double
merch.
toasted goodness all over my body, I'll do that. I'll do it if you let me on your show.
All
Bye.
right, we'll see you guys later.